don't understand why right now.
You record this mic this time. You
Huh?
a little shirt hookup.
You say what?
Is you too good to hold a mic this time?
I don't have a third mic. That's why that's why I'm using wireless now. Okay, let's get it. Let's do what it do. Okay, all right, that sounds better. All right. Welcome to episode 4 of Boot Camp Stories, and we are here today with Annika Moody.
What up?
And co-host Dana Galloway.
Yeah.
Thank you both for joining me today. I like to always kick it off with a story that I dealt with throughout the week. Being as though that we live in Maryland, D.C., Virginia area.
Let me guess, traffic.
The traffic is just so bad. And I try to make it easier on everybody. I went and got a specialized license plate.
Okay.
That has Expeditionary Forces veteran.
Okay.
And the call sign to my ship.
Right.
And I have a Punisher plate in the front.
Oh boy.
You would think that people would see that.
And
move.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
There's a reason why this area is the number one, DC and Maryland are number 1 and 2 for the worst drivers in the country.
Oh yeah, they take that as a challenge.
Yeah.
They liked it.
You should put like My Little Pony on there.
Everybody privilege of collapse that.
So anyway, I stopped at the gas station today to get some gas, and I just paid at the pump, and I forgot I wanted my receipt, so I hit the receipt button, but I hit no.
Who wants their receipt?
I don't
Do you
know.
get receipts?
No, I don't get it.
Who wants their receipt?
I accidentally hit no. So
It was an accident.
yeah.
Right.
So at the end of the pump, I was like, it gave me the option. You sure you don't want your receipt? So I hit yes. And the thing said, I swear, it said, I thought you ain't want your receipt.
Shut up.
That's the thing said on the little screen. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Let's go back a little bit. First of all, I'm surprised that they asked you again, because most of the time when you say no, it's just like,
over.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So, whatever. But anyway, so it did say that. Complete with the ain't. So I did. So I go in to the place, and the guy's in there with his Obama hat.
Oh.
And, I don't even know where they got those from. I don't know where he found them. You know the Obama hats that
Like his face on it?
No, the hats with the presidential seal to say, what was he, 44? Or 44th president of the United States? Obama. All old black people got Obama hats.
That's a thing?
They sell them at the gas station.
They did.
I guess so. But anyway, I asked him for the receipt, and he said, I thought you ain't want your receipt.
He typed it in.
So I think him and that machine are kind of in cahoots with each other.
I've been watching you before. You said you didn't want a receipt.
But anyway, that's the thing I'm talking about this week that happened to me, just to kick boot camp stories off.
I have to go to this gas station.
It's in New Carrollton. It's a BP.
Nope, too far.
If you ask me, BP is lucky they're still open after what they did to the oceans like 10 years ago.
Yeah, poor turtles.
Yeah, so so
I love turtles.
Same.
They should be giving me any receipt I want after that debacle. But anyway, Annika, we're gonna move on to your story. I hear you have something very nice to tell us, and we're gonna be chiming in, and we're just gonna have a conversation.
I mean, I don't know how nice it is. Shout out to Mike for getting me out here.
Oh yeah, Mike is always looking out, and just let people know, Annika is currently in the Marine Corps. What is your rank now?
Sergeant.
Okay, Sergeant. Sergeant Annika Moody, and she is actually the first guest on this show that is still enlisted in the military. Everybody else has been a veteran that's been out for years, so it's good to have somebody that's still in, that we can kind of like put our stories up against theirs. So thank you for being here, and if you want, go ahead.
All right, so there's this one story that sticks with me to this day. It probably might be the only one that does, but we had a recruit. Her name was Recruit Wiener, something like that.
Wiener.
Perfect.
Yeah, you already know where this is going. But like we were sitting at, we're like at attention at chow or whatever, and we only had one drill instructor that night for some
You was
reason.
sitting at attention at chow.
You know how it goes.
That's how we
like,
sit.
Yeah, that's how you
At
sit.
attention? I never heard of sitting at
hand on the
attention.
knees, shoulders back.
But you can't lean over your tray.
Yeah.
They don't teach you that in the
45
Navy.
degree.
They don't teach you that in the Navy.
well.
Feet have to be perfect. You can't move. The only thing that should be moving is your hand to your mouth.
What?
Oh yeah.
That's how you have to eat.
Well, you've seen sailors eat. None of that. You could throw that out the window.
Oh,
I get it in.
Homer Simpson style.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like so we're doing our thing. We're getting yelled at. We only have one drill instructor, and I'm not really sure why. But that night, for some reason, we only had one. And she was very intimidating, but she was super short and had like a very heavy Hispanic accent.
Short ones are always the worst.
Oh my god, she was crazy, but we love her now. But yeah, so she comes. She comes. Yeah, kind of, maybe, I don't know. So she comes in, and she comes in and she's like yelling at us, like, well, recruits, like, what's taking so long? Like, like, get up, let's go. We got shit to do and whatnot. And the first person that was sitting there was Recruit Wiener, and she comes up to her and she's like, Recruit Wiener, what are you doing? Like, get your shit moving. And the recruit was sitting across from her, and I'm like, I hear this, and like my eyes dart to like the other recruit. She just spits everything out. Like, just starts busting up laughing, just loses it, all composure's gone. And if you know anything about the Marine Corps, that's like the worst thing
you could ever do.
Lose composure.
Oh my god. So she lost it. She's like, you think that's funny? You think that's funny? I'm not even trying to do the accent, but she's like, you think that's funny? Okay, stand up. And she gets both of them to stand up, and she's like, what was her name? Recruit something. Either way, recruit. That's gonna be her name from now on. Recruit something.
Recruit something.
Yeah. She's like, say her name. And she's like, Recruit Wiener, I ma'am. No, say it the way I said it. So she stands up and she's like, Recruit Wiener. And she's like, she's still laughing. She can't hold it in. And by this time, the rest of us are trying not to lose it. Like, we're trying not to lose it. And she's like, you all think that's funny? Fine, let's do this. She's like, scream it. And she's like, Recruit Wiener, ma'am. And she just starts yelling. And she's like, okay, Recruit Wiener, you scream it too. And they're screaming like Recruit Wiener back and forth to each other. And like, this goes on. So this goes on throughout chow. Chow's like 2 minutes, but whatever. Yeah. So we're all getting up, we're like loading up, and they're screaming Recruit Wiener at the front of the formation.
While you guys are getting yourselves together. All
the way back to like the squad bay, to the point where like we get back and we're doing our thing, and they're still in the front of the squad bay, like screaming this at each other. Recruit Wiener, I'm mad. Recruit Wiener.
And they were in formation.
No.
Like, they were still
we
up.
We were in formation, like marching back, and they were in the front screaming it. And then like we got back to the squad bay, and then they're in the front of the squad bay, like on the quarterdeck, screaming at each other, like facing each other, scream. And like this recruit something, I can't remember her name, but like she cannot keep her composure. Like, and I don't blame her because it was funny, but she's just got tears, and like she's all red, and like it was bad. It was bad.
So did they get beat?
Oh yeah, the next day, like of course, like IT, like motherfuckers, like get on the quarterdeck, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it used to be.
That's interesting because that they call it the quarterdeck. That's where you guys get in trouble.
Yeah.
In the Navy and boot camp, the quarterdeck is where you go to stand watch. So when they say get on the quarterdeck for you guys, it's trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you have fire watch, I guess it's just a whole area in the front. Mm-hmm. And then like you stay and watch, I guess, like fire watch at night, I guess you are patrolling that area, but if you get quarterdeck, you know what that means.
Okay.
Or sand pit.
See, in the Navy, when we were ready to
get games.
In the Navy when we were ready to get beat, they would just say hydrate.
What?
Hydrate. Like,
that's a good thing.
Drink. No. When you hear it's the way they say it too. They say hydrate. That means they're ready to, you better drink. Because they're going to beat the crap out of you.
We don't get that one.
No, we don't get that one.
But you want to hydrate? You should have done that before.
I hope you drank yesterday. No, hell no.
Yeah, there ain't no hydrating period.
Okay, so that's way different. I'm getting the feeling that I really got off going into the Navy. I think.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just impressed with your eating habits. Like, you guys didn't have to sit that way.
No, I never heard of sit at attention.
Yes.
I mean, I don't remember what they was it.
I mean,
attention?
it's not really
Just
It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing to. It sounds like standing at attention, like the things you do.
It's kind of like the magic seat.
I can't imagine having to do that. Like with people, there just wouldn't have been able to happen.
Or like when you like sit on the floor or whatever. What is it called? Like, what was it?
Yeah, it's not like Indian style, but you can't be like.
You have to like. No, it is Indian style now. You have to drop down and like cross-legged. It's like right knee.
But everything is by the numbers.
Yeah.
You can't just sit down. Oh, let's all sit together. No, it's by the numbers. You better not sit down before everybody else sits down. It's ready, and then you can't adjust until they say adjust.
Okay, so that is common. That did happen in Navy boot camp. Like you had to do everything together, even exhale.
You drop to that floor. You better not move. It doesn't matter what position you're in until they say adjust, and you're good.
So tell me, what came of these two? Like, have you seen them?
I haven't seen them.
What happened to them?
You know, one of them
I
know one of them is like I lost track of. I have no idea where she is, but I think I have. She might be a sergeant now, Sergeant Wiener. She's on Facebook, so I every once in a while I see her. She's still in.
We need to find Sergeant Wiener.
Huh?
We need to find Sergeant Wiener. Wieners.
Waiter.
We need to find Wieners.
Wiener. I'm never gonna say it right.
You got to figure out her first name.
I apologize, Sergeant
Wieners.
Wiener.
If we could talk to her, that'd be great too.
That we gotta find. We have to.
I'd be curious to know what she was going through.
Was she
in
a
her
problem
mind.
child?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
It's had a terrible name.
No, it's just unfortunate name at the time.
Yeah.
And of course, I feel bad because I think everyone reaches a point in boot camp where they get everything's funny. It doesn't matter how stupid it is.
Exactly.
It's all funny.
Everything is funny.
Like tears, knee-jerking funny.
Yes, anything.
Anything.
I was telling you about the guy in my division that had the light colored eyes in boot camp, and this was probably like in week. I don't know, probably about week 6, and we were just over it. We were just over it. We're just ready to go. Try not to get asthma'd is what we were trying to do at that point. And this guy, he had these really light colored eyes. And whenever the sun hit, like we stand at attention, I'd be right across from him, his rack. And when the sun would hit his eyes, it would do this weird color to make it look like he was almost dead but standing up.
Oh no!
And that was funny to me for some reason.
We gotta recruit that's dead. That's hilarious.
And me and my rack mate, one time we just bust out laughing. The whole place was at attention. It was luckily I don't know how we didn't get caught. I think they were yelling at somebody down there, but luckily we were able to get it together before they made it back to us. But I couldn't understand why it was so funny to me to see that and the kid that couldn't make the quarters in his bed. He never he got asthma because he couldn't. He did not make his bed.
That means drop, right?
Yeah, drop back. He got dropped
for not making it.
Yeah, because he couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure out how to make the bed. And when I went to boot camp, I'm not gonna front. That was the thing I was the most nervous about. I was like, how am I gonna make this bed?
Did you not pay attention?
No. I was like, it wasn't anything else. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make this bed. I just throw things on there and go. But I figured it out. You figure it out.
I remember that. Yeah. My grandma was like, "You make your bed this morning?" You was like, "Wow, I'm getting back in it tonight."
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how I feel about it now.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
I still feel that way. Even going through boot camp.
Right.
I can make my bed. I'm like, you're perfect to do it.
Get right back in there.
Yeah. It was nothing else scared me except for that. And maybe the sharks. That was a little unnerving.
Sharks?
Yeah.
Crocs and water moccasins.
So in Navy boot camp, I don't know if they do it. They probably don't do it anymore because it probably is a form of hazing. But when we go through the swim qual, you jump off the high the platform.
Yeah.
And you land in the water, and you have to tread water for I think it's 3 or 4 minutes, and then you swim to the end of the pool, big pool, Olympic-sized pool. But so if you look like you're struggling, they got SEALs or EOD guys that are swimming below you, and they pull you down. And they're sharks.
They're called sharks?
Yeah, they're the sharks.
I'm thinking like, in my head, he's telling this story, I'm like, man, they got sharks in there.
They got real sharks?
Yeah, like real sharks.
Yeah, they got, or they're standing off to the side, and if they see you struggling, they jump in and they pull you down.
Oh my
and then the minute they see, if they look like you're struggling, you fail to crawl immediately. We fail to swim. You gotta go to the kiddie pool. And they got to teach you how to swim. They got to teach you how to swim, and then and then you go back and you take the test over again. So, yeah.
I think swimming is a little unnerving for everybody.
Oh yeah, because
if you know how to swim,
even if you know how to swim, you don't know what you're coming.
Right.
It's like, if one, it's the biggest pool I've ever seen in my life. You know,
and then secondly, you've never swam fully clothed before.
Right.
You're in all of your stuff, and you like feel like you're sinking.
Oh, see, now that was different. We put on these. You remember those real short shorts you was wearing track? Mm-hmm. We had a pair of those silkies, and our white T-shirt.
Oh, lucky y'all.
That's how we
took our swim test.
Yep. But Navy's got it easier.
Yeah, definitely easier.
But when we went back,
people swim today.
But
T-shirts, shorts.
But when we went back for battle stations, which was is the final test, I'm not going to tell you about it. If you want to know about battle stations in the Crucible, you got to do it yourself. But when you go back for battle stations, it was in full on dress because you're simulating your ship sinking. Mm-hmm. So that's when we jumped in. We had the pants that were flotation devices. You take those off, put water in them and blow air and close them up.
Wait. These were special pants, or they were just your regular pants that you turned into a flotation device?
They were pants that the Navy provided to when you were on a ship, and they could actually be a flotation device.
I mean, we could just get told to blow up our blouses now.
Just blow up your pants.
It's similar to that, but these are actual like.
I couldn't figure out how to do it either. I'm like trying to watch. This isn't working.
Somebody lying. This don't work.
But it was similar. It was similar to that, but the pants, you just you jumped in, you took them off, you filled them with water. And then you kind of blew air in them to keep you tied the ends off, and you just put it around your neck like a flotation device.
Interesting.
And that was able to keep you afloat if you're at sea if need be.
Do you do all this in the water? So you like take off your pants?
Yeah, you had and then you had to get to the rescue raft.
Okay.
That was see. I said I wasn't going to say nothing about battle stations, but now I'm talking about it. That's just part of it. That's part of a terrible night. It's a whole night. It's like a 19-hour thing. So yeah.
How long is the Crucible again?
19 hours.
How long is the Crucible?
It's like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
2.5 days.
It's like 50 something
hours.
Yeah,
it's like 56 hours.
Yeah, I'd have dropped. I'd have dropped that joint like Composition 101 in college.
I fell asleep. Oh my goodness. I fell asleep while walking, and what woke me up is I ran into a tree. It was a night hike. And I just crashed. Like, I was like, whoa. And then I just remember like the drill instructor, it's okay, keep going, you're good, just keep going.
See, that's at least they told you to keep going. Oh, yeah. You know, at least told you to keep going.
Especially at the end when you can see like you're on your way back to your battalion. Mm-hmm. Like I remember forcing this girl to like pee on herself. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh my god, I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Just do it. We're gonna take showers." We didn't take showers until like 19 hours later. You can see like we were all dusty. You can see like the trail of pee like going down.
It smelled like pee.
Yeah, just go ahead. We about to go back to the squad bay anyway and take showers. Nope. No. Turned in our rifles. We did everything but shower.
That's terrible.
What was the name of the breakfast?
The Warriors breakfast.
Yeah, we had that too in the Navy. We got that too. We had the Warriors breakfast, but it was called something else. But it was just like they let us into the back of the cafeteria, or I forgot what they called it out there. Everything in boot camp and Navy is referred to as the galley. Mm-hmm. They refer to it as a ship term. So you don't stay in the barracks. The actual barracks where your building is named after one of the Navy's first ships. So like you might stay in the Constitution. Or you might stay. My ship was the Bonhomme Richard.
Sounds nice. Sounds ritzy.
It sounds ritzy.
That's on the pillows.
Yeah, it sounds ritzy, but.
Do you have non-scratchy blankets? Right.
Non-scratchy blankets.
So yeah, that was what that was. But you know, it was. So we got led into the breakfast, and we got to eat whatever we wanted to, which was a terrible idea because, you know, if you're not been eating sweets and stuff for 2 months, what's the first thing you're going to do when you see it? You're going to eat it all, you know, or try to, or attempt to. Yeah. And they took us right in there. They take you right after the Crucible.
We went and got our EGAs, I think.
It was EGAs. It was like the morning after.
Yeah, it was like EGAs, something else, and then you went to the breakfast. And it was like you were turning stuff. It's a little blurry for me.
Yeah,
but I do remember the EGA. Something else was after that, and then we ate.
They took us right from battle stations to the galley, and we
were like, "You tired?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
force feed yourself."
They walked us into this room, and it was dark. They turned on the lights, and then "I'm Proud to Be an American" was playing.
Oh my God! On repeat, right?
On repeat.
Oh, looping.
And there was a TV, an old TV, an old tube television that had an eagle flying on it. That kept fading in between that and the American flag. And they gave us our hat.
Rushmore.
Yeah. And then they gave us our hats. That because we wear recruitment. You wear hats that said recruit when you're in Navy boot camp.
Okay.
So then they gave us our hats that said Navy.
Oh wow.
And then we got to go eat.
So it's like a ball cap?
Yeah, it's a ball cap. Oh. It's the whole time you're in boot camp, everything says recruit on it.
Okay.
And then when you're done with battle stations, you get your Navy stuff because you're not a recruit anymore. Okay. So
I dig it.
Yeah, I've seen people get their Navy hats taken though. Get the recruit hat put back on. That happened to this guy. This guy during battle stage. He was like our lead recruit too, and they said like in between each session, don't stop running until you hear "and halt."
Okay. So
we got there, and this guy, he I don't know, he just had a brain lapse, and he stopped running. We were running in place, and he stopped right before the RDC said "and halt," and he got caught. They ASMO'd him back.
Oh my God! Like real life?
Real life. Damn. I remember that, and I thought I didn't think they were really doing it for real. Yeah. But during our graduation, I saw him sitting in the washout section.
Oh no!
They brought him to the graduation and made him watch us graduate.
No,
that's cruddy.
Yeah.
Wait, so what does that mean if you get dropped? Do you go all the way back to the beginning?
No. It typically in Navy boot camp, I think you go back a week or two.
Okay.
Depending on the offense. Like if you just can't get, like they give you a number of weeks to get the swim qual. If you don't get the swim qual within 2 weeks or something like that, you go back a week, and you do it again until you pass.
Damn.
Yep.
So for 2 seconds, he had to go back a whole week.
Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep.
And he had to do the battle stations all over again.
Yeah. So the worst part about it is they put him with a division that wasn't his, because we were at the end. We were on like week 7.
Yeah.
Like the next week we were getting out of there. So he had to go with a whole new division that he didn't know. And we was already at that point where, you know, in boot camp, they tell your family, buy their tickets.
Right. Oh no,
your family was there?
Yeah. But they tell you, you know, and at that point I'm like, I can't mess up, because I knew my family was driving to Illinois. Absolutely. From Maryland to Illinois.
They'd be staying in Illinois for another.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't mess this up. Like,
I can't mess this up.
I can't mess it up. So I did everything that I was supposed to do. So I was not trying to get ASMO'd or dropped, as y'all say. Yeah. I wasn't trying to be part of that noise at all. So
yeah, I'm sure it's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
So did anybody get dropped in your?
Oh yeah. A lot of people got dropped.
You said almost 20 people got dropped in yours, right, Dana?
75. We graduated 55.
Yep.
That happened. It happens that much.
That many.
We lost 2 people.
That's
2
it?
people, and one we lost during battle stations, like I just told you. The other guy, he was just failure to adapt. Like he was having a hard time. He was a knucklehead. So he was one of the ones that if he got in trouble, everybody got in trouble. And then one day he spit on something. And the RDCs lost it. I'm talking. Knife hands.
Ooh, that's when you know shit's about to go down.
It hit you so bad.
Yeah, so they knifed hand him right on out the Navy.
I bet.
So I never saw him again, but we were glad when he was gone. But
I can't. That just reminded me. We had a couple people who got like not NJP'd as recruits, but in big trouble for stealing peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, the little peanut butter packet.
Yeah, the
I
packet.
wasn't crafty enough because we eat peanut butter every night. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you had I don't remember that. A bunch of people, they didn't get caught, but a bunch of people were taking the candy out of like the MREs, and then there was a peanut butter, and then there was crackers. But if you got caught with that shit, it was game over.
Yeah, I imagine. I don't think anybody ever got caught with sweets in my division. There was one guy, our yeoman. You know what a yeoman is, right? Yeoman is the Navy's version of kind of like a clerical assistant, like kind of like they do all the paperwork and everything, like make sure everything is right in your records.
Like admin.
And his mother sent this birthday card.
Oh no.
While we were in boot camp. But it was one of those big ass 3-foot birthday cards.
Why did she do that?
And she put in the note, I hope you can sneak this bad boy in your foot locker.
She did it on purpose.
And I remember our RDC at this point we were in like week 5, so it was hilarious. And our RDC was actually he was laughing so hard that he didn't punish us or him or anything, but I just remember him walking out of his office with this big birthday card in his hand with a teddy bear on it or something. And I was like, but this guy, he was like 17, 18 years old, so his mother.
Son killed.
Yeah.
Go here, Dad. You want to get a big birthday card?
Right.
We'll show you what it's like to get a big birthday card.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And so I appreciate you sharing your story with us, Annika. Thank you for coming
Thanks
out.
for having me.
We have to find Sergeant Wiener.
I'm gonna find her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wiener, if you're listening, we need you.
We need to hear from you. So if you want to share a boot camp story with me, you can go online and send an email to bootcampstorytelling@gmail.com, bootcampstorytelling@gmail.com.